What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Futties Mendes. Unfortunately, not the person I personally wanted. I wanted the centre-back to fit in with the Ligue 1 squad, but we have got the centre-mid. He has got the great link to, obviously, Paqueta. If you did, I believe he was an SBC, or our, who is, obviously, I think another SBC or an objective from Team of the Season. But he's a 4-star. He's come up from a 77 common rated card, and he is relatively cheap, coming in at about 177 on the Xbox, 146 on the PlayStation, and 181 on the PC. So realistically, 3 SBCs, 180, 182, and 184, I believe. So again, very simple to do. We'll run through that at the end of the review, but we are looking at, obviously, the stats and see, is he worth doing ahead of the Ligue 1 Weekend League? So obviously we have had a Silver Weekend League added. Don't personally know where they were going with that. I understand it, but it makes no sense for this week. It is an outside of the foot shot as his only trait, and his stats have been upgraded pretty much a lot. So we've given him a hunter, which obviously he's already maxed out most of the stats on the passing, dribbling, defending, and physical. So obviously with that hunter we get the 10 increase on his acceleration, which is only 86. We saw the same thing with a player recently, and I cannot remember who, but they had poor acceleration. Don't understand why, but we've got 86, which goes up to 96 with that hunter, taking his pace from 90 to 98, and also his shooting from 88 to 94. Turn him into more that complete centre mid with the stats that he's got. He's got great agility, balance, his composure's up there, pretty much his whole dribbling is fantastic. Obviously his physicality, bar from the 89, strength is all practically 99. Defending, again, everything's up there in the 90s, bar from head and accuracy, which for 5'10", I'm not expecting him to be winning many aerial battles, but we've got a lot of good stats on him. He is going to be playing that centre mid role, so let's see what he's all about, and see is he worth just under 200,000 coins. Thiago Mendes coming across and taking the ball, spin it back round. Where's this guy going? It looks like he's trying to take him. Lovely little spin from him. He's got Messi chasing. Keeps the spinning. We find somebody. We can find that middle ball. Not the greatest of passes, but Vidra's going to feed in a bit of Eusebio. He's going to pass it back, and Roberto Carlos is there to clear it. Thiago Mendes looking at that defensive duty. This is the kind of the best thing about obviously having a centre mid that is practically box to box. We saw it with Sissoko. They've just got the ability to do absolutely both, and we saw the pace there absolutely cracking. If you've brought your left back or right back out of position, to have somebody that can obviously come back like that. That pace is huge. You can see the strides he's making. Very, very quick midfielder. That's great for anything sort of recovery. If you've accidentally extended maybe a run too far and you've kind of lost that position, it's going to be a cracking little unit to have to support that defense. And you can whack him as kind of like a more suitable, just straight CDM. I just think that he's going to be better more as a complete midfielder who's going to go back and forward, as obviously having that stamina and everything to go forward and back is going to be absolutely vital. And again with the interceptions, gonna just get through with obviously that new 4-star, knocks it into Vidra, gets tackled from behind. Vidra recovering, even though he lost the pass, still managing to get it back. Matthias is gonna find that little ball in. We need the strikers moving off him. Eusebio's starting to make the run. He layers it in, goes back for him, doesn't manage to. Gonna come back. Gonna go shift it, go for the shot by Roberto Carlos again with his defensive duties on point. Thiago Mendes going for the outside of the foot, manages to get it into Cruyff. Gonna see Roberto Carlos, gonna try and pick the outer edge. One more in. I was looking for Thiago Mendes again, who takes the ball. Does lose it a little bit for a second there. Gets it back. This guy knows that I'm turning backwards and forwards. Gonna have to change up the tactic, that one. Thiago Mendes with the tackle. Get the little 1-2. Seeds Vidra in perfectly. Great tackle from Thiago Mendes again. He's going to pick the ball up, striving forward. And again with the tackle from Mendes. Absolutely storming away in this midfield. Gets the ball into Matthias. Thiago Mendes pushing forward again. Maybe took a touch too much there. Eusebio's going to rectify it. That's a stunning ball from Mendes if he's onside. Mendes going to find in a bit of Maradona. It's a great pass. Looking for him back. Going to go with a rifle, but Ruben Diaz is there. We know his heading isn't great, but he does win it, and unfortunately doesn't pass it to anybody useful. Thiago Mendes having a beautiful performance today, up and down the pitch consistently without really any signs of tiring, constantly just bringing in ball after ball. Maradona's going to be the next. Christensen's going to take it, but he's been absolutely fantastic. Still, the question is he worth it for the Ligue 1 Weekend League? Great save by Courtois, but obviously we have got the likes of Paredes, Verratti, Atal, so he has got a lot to kind of go with, which we'll have a look in the overall that's coming up. So going into the overall for Thiago Mendes, if we refresh his price, he's sitting around about just shy of 200, obviously on the Xbox. And in terms of SBC, in fact, we'll go to that first. After we've finished doing a draft, apparently, we have got 3 SBCs, like I said, an 80 with 1 Lyon player, 70 chem, 182, 65 chem with 1 Ligue 1, and an inform / team of the season in the 84. Again, 150 minimum bid, obviously looking at 11k to 12k by now. 87s, 88s, 89s will pop up on a regular. Go and pick up a couple and it just lowers the rating down. Then obviously you want to look at commons that link together because you want to get that 60, 65 and 70 chem, and obviously you can lower the rating down of the team of the seasons as we get into the 82 and 80. So a relatively easy SBC with obviously packs back, which is always great. And to be honest, he isn't a bad guy. He's got a great amount of stats. You look at it, it's again another well-rounded centre mid. The problem we've got, especially with being in the Ligue 1 and obviously with the midfielders, we've got Atal, Verratti, obviously Marquinhos is not a bad DM, to be honest. Even if I suppose you whack an engine or something shooting on him, he can be considered more of a box-to-box, but I feel like he prefers being more defensive. Paqueta as obviously a path to glory. I can't even remember. Oh, an SBC. I was thinking then you have got obviously that, so that's a perfect link. If anything, if you've got him in the team, then obviously then you're looking at him, and it's just a perfect made in heaven right there. I think was an SBC. Yeah, he was an SBC, but obviously a little bit more past it compared to a couple of these 90 pluses. But like I say, you've got Atal, Verratti, even Paredes, personally for me, as a right back is an absolute waste. You've got a perfect box-to-box, CDM, Cam, all rolled in one there, and you can go and pick up Klaus or someone like that to use that position instead. So realistically, you've already got, say, 3 centre mids that are really kicking, and to be honest, one of them was an objective. The second one and third one are in packs right now, and if you're doing the 87 times 10 grind, more than likely you've got one of them by now. So it is an interesting one to see, is he going to be worth 200,000 coins? Obviously Verratti's coming in at 200 himself and is a 98 with the 5-star 5-star. Atal is a 5-star 5-star as well. But I would say with Atal, he is better as a striker. So obviously that's where I'm personally putting mine. So realistically, if you don't have them free, I think yes, he's probably the next best for a box-to-box. If you're looking for a specific DM, I think he can do that with obviously the right kind of positioning. You can work that in, but I do think the Hunter is the way to go for him, obviously rounding off them stats really nicely. And he has had that 3-star upgraded to a 4-4, and unfortunately we only have outside of the foot shot, which realistically is not going to use massively. That being said, I think it is a well priced SBC. I think I wouldn't pay anything more than 170, maybe go up to 200. Maybe that 84 turns into an 85 rated SBC. I think that would be the max I'd be going with him. Anything more, and I think you've already got players that you can whack in there, and I've done him just purely for content. It's probably going to be a bench player more than anything, as like I said, we have got the 3 midfielders already set up. That being said, overall wise, he impressed me with obviously his up and down work. I think his defending was a little bit more better than his attacking work, but overall a very good box-to-box. I'd personally give him a solid 9.6 out of 10. Let me know down below if you're going to be using him, and does he fit into your Ligue 1 squad? Do you have the likes of Verratti, Atal, and obviously Paredes in the team, or did you do Paqueta? Is he the perfect link that you've been waiting for? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Pieces.